and subscribe.
Wait, I have another question. So, Macaiyla, you were talking about possibly wanting kids, right? The next 2 years, 2 years, right?
2 years?
Oh, I mean, I've wanted a kid since I was like 13. Not at that age. Not at that age, but I've known.
Did y'all just hear what E-Rob said?
Eric just said you have that machine.
Yes.
So stupid.
Electrocution.
Guys,
Never.
How does Tyler feel about it? When does he want kids?
This is actually private information I can't talk about.
Okay, let's not talk about it then.
Yes, but we both agreed to kids. I just can't. I don't want to talk about when or it's. That is my limit right there. We have planned on kids. I'm just not talking about it. Look, I'm being good.
Good job, Macaiyla.
That's good.
Yeah. Baby steps.
She has a filter, guys. It's real.
It
Macaiyla has a
somewhere.
filter. That's where the border goes. That's where the limit goes,
That's
dude.
where it is.
So crazy.
Yay.
Wait, we should go around the circle and answer that question.
No.
Bring the other one.
I really don't want kids. If I were to have kids, I cannot imagine them having it till at least like 32.
Really?
I just
Damn.
can't. I don't even want to go there. I want to live my life as much
I didn't
as
expect having a
Yeah.
baby this young.
Yeah.
Okay, so Adept, you don't think you'll have kids anytime soon?
No. And I
Or at
I
all?
don't. No.
Never.
No,
That's okay.
I mean, the reason why I could see it in the future is because the way that I see kids is that they're so important to a community. Like the way that things progress is a big part because of kids and how we have things structured around for them. So I believe in like kids and young people like a lot. So I would like to offer that either to like a child of my own or possibly like a foster or adopted child where it's like, you're just trying to set them up to do well. I don't know if that makes sense, but just kind of offering them a life that was better than even what I had growing up, if that makes sense. So I can't really see it. And then I don't think Felix, I think we're pretty much on the same page. Like, I don't think he actually wants kids, but he definitely believes in kids as like the future, like good things that exist and do well.
Your mind could totally change, though.
You could get adopted by Adept.
Yeah, I mean, we could change our minds. I could change my mind. He could change his. But right now, it's just like, like me and my brother are the same way. Actually, we have like the same mentality. He's like 31, and he still has like no desire for kids at this point because we both just kind of talked one day about how we were raised, and we were like, yeah, we don't want to fuck up no kids, So it's kind of important to us. So I don't know.
Fair.
We'll see.
That's respectable.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
Kayla already answered. Melena, answer.
I'm not having kids until I'm at least 27 or 28 years old, and that's a long ways away. So I don't really want to think about it right now. Right now, I'm just focusing on me and making me happy and
Good.
having a good relationship with the people around me. And I'm still finding myself and finding reasons to be happy, and I don't need anything else to focus on right now than my own happiness. And 27, I feel like, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I feel when you go from 26 to 27 years old, 26 is considered young. You're still not an adult. But when you go to 27, you're 27 years old. Okay, you're an adult now. That's where I kind of see the border of adulthood.
Yeah, actually,
that's how it felt.
That's how
Just this week, I started getting 30 gray hairs, and I think I'm getting signs of menopause because I'm turning 27 next week. I'm pretty sure I'm just dying. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like,
Bronson, thank you for the
I just saw my everything just sag like 3 inches as of today, so I'm expecting it to sag 7 more.
Wait, are you actually
tomorrow.
turning 27?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
That sounds so stupid.
I want to say something.
Oh, just 26 to 27. Bam, you're old.
My perspective on kids is very confusing because I used to be, so I was in like a long-term
I was in like a high school sweetheart relationship until I started dating Matt, or like a year before I started dating Matt anyway. And so I was super sure that I was gonna have kids by like 25. You know, I was like, I'm gonna have 2 kids, like white picket fence, like easy. You know, like I was like, that was not a concern of mine at all. And then we broke up after like 5 years or something, and then I started dating Matt. And at this point in my life, I don't know that I mean, with what I'm doing right now, it is not feasible for me to have a child.
Yeah.
Like
No,
the nonprofit that I'm running, like the work that I do, my career in streaming and my career in you know, wildlife and exotics industry, there's no way that I could have a kid right now. I'm also 22, so like I'm on the younger side, but I definitely don't want one now, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna want one at all, which is crazy for me to say because I've always been so sure of kids, and now I'm just like not. So.
Like the timing's not right now, but who knows? Like in a couple years, it could be different.
True. And Matt and I have
Like,
talked
I
about this
didn't think-
before. Like he and I are both like in the future, we think that we want kids, but right now it just makes so little sense. It's like, wait, do we actually want kids? I don't know. So that's where we're at.
And that's okay.
I can't imagine him having a kid. If I'm being honest with you, I just really can't.
Like what is he gonna do?
I just can't.
No.
Play Nintendo Mario with it? I don't know.
Dude.
Yeah, speed running Mario together. Like,
I don't know.
So where Matt wouldn't let them win, it would just be like
He'd be like the fun
their
uncle.
2-year-old.
He'd be like the fun uncle, but he'd be the father, and then I just like hate him because he wouldn't do enough, and then we
I feel
divorced
like that's
or something.
how like Eric was.
Oh.
Like imagine Eric like before I met him having a kid.
Right. Yeah.
And now look at him, like the transformation. I'm like so proud of him for being like such a great dad.
I think that's a hard question for me because I'm the same as Maya, where I thought by 25 I'd have 2 kids, and I am 26, and I'm not having a kid anytime soon.
I'm not doing
And
it.
you know what I'm saying? And it's like every time you think about it, you're like, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. And so it feels like this never, and then eventually it's like, oh God, I'm going to be 40 and it's going to be too late. And it's like this very stressful thing where I don't know, but I definitely want kids in the future because I love the idea of family. Like, because my family was just great and amazing, and I want to have a family, and I think I'd be a really good mom. And like, if it was with Ludwig would be the most amazing dad in the entire world.
Aww.
But I just don't. I feel like I'm still a kid. I don't know. Like, I feel like perpetually as a person, you just always feel like you're not ready for that kind of stuff. So I don't know. It's scary. I am terrified of pregnancy though. It's always been a real phobia of mine, like legitimate phobia. Like it haunts me. I have nightmares about it.
well, people die, so I mean, it's not. You're
The
not
pregnancy
wrong.
itself was not hard for me. It was more so like the after.
Yeah.
matter.
Well, I have like I've had depression my entire life. So the idea of like post-traumatic stress or post-traumatic and like
postpartum depression
postpartum,
is
that's
real.
what it is, where you like hate your child or whatever. And like I'm like that would happen to me. Like I'm just very confident that like I am not mentally stable enough in that way that I'm sure that
it's
my
a lot
hormones would
more
create
common
that.
too than people talk about. That's something that's very not talked about. That I think should be talked about. Like I've dealt with a little bit of postpartum depression, not so much that like I resent in me, but there's days that like I'll wake up and I'll be like, I don't want to take care of her. And I know that sounds awful, but that's just like,
but it's real.
It doesn't.
Like I went
some
from
days you don't
such-
even want to take care of yourself. So it's like anyone that's gonna criticize you for saying that is just straight up fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, if I have children, I will have a surrogate.
Really? Like Kim Kardashian?
Yeah. I don't care how, like, the thing is like, I'll figure out a way to make it happen because if I want a kid, that's the only option for me.
Or you could adopt.
I could adopt. Yeah. I just think I cannot give birth. I'm so afraid of it. And it's so weird because, so my sister is 29 and she has 5 kids pregnant with her 6th.
That's me. That's me.
Wait, when did she get pregnant first? How old was she when she had her first child?
I don't remember.
Like early 20s, right? Like I had
early 20s. So she got married when she was like 19, and had a baby within the first year, I think, and then it's just been like
My
When
And
I
so-
was
but it make-
19, I wanted
It makes
a baby.
me freak out. Like I'm like, oh my god. Like if I was her, I'd already have 4 kids. Like
Yeah.
what?
Mhm.
And so it's like this weird, like it's so fucked up trying to
I
figure
think
out.
it's so fun. I think it's if I had met like the love of my life at that age, I would have had kids by now for like 100%. If I was with the person I was with before Tyler and I didn't break up with them, I would have had a kid with that person. I probably would have 3 by now.
Oh my
For
gosh.
sure.
That's how I thought though. I was like,
Jesus.
I want to have 7 kids when I'm 22. And like once I like got out of that, I was like, I never want kids. And then we had Emmy. But like obviously she's awesome.
Emmy's
I
so
don't know. It's
cute.
just like as you get older, your mind goes through so many changes. That's how I've experienced things.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
now, like I'm just developing as a person. Like your 20s, like you don't know who you are. Like you can be 30 and you still I feel like you're
Exactly.
going
Yeah,
through
I felt
it.
like I knew myself more as a teenager than I do now. Like at least as a teenager, I was like really passionate about Taylor Swift. And, like,
No.
you know, but now I'm
Yeah.
like I like Taylor Swift, but I'm not like obsessed with her. Like I was just so passionate as a teenager, and like now I'm like, I don't know. It's so weird, but having a child is a very scary thought at this very
Yes.
moment.
But I will say it's worth it. Through everything that's scary, it's very worth it.
Nintendo was shot by Skell.
Mizkif.